Good afternoon. Whoa. I'm Cathy Dickens, and I'm the deputy for the Aviation and Missile Command. And on behalf of my boss, General Richardson, I just want to take a little time to give you an overview of AMCOM, answer a few questions that you might have. And I've got the smart people here with me this afternoon to answer those questions. So Aviation and Missile Command, we're responsible for the sustainment of all of the aviation platforms in partnership with our PEO Aviation. And so we are about 10,000 U.S. Army civilians, DA civilian soldiers, including both of our Army depots at Corpus Christi, our commander here, Colonel Pogue, and our depot at Letterkenny that focuses on the missile side of the house. So here this afternoon to answer your questions, General Richardson spoke this morning about our core competencies: acquisition logistics, sustainment logistics, the organic industrial base, calibration, now I just lost my train of thought. I should know our core competencies, shouldn't I? Yes, FMS, our foreign military sales. So I want to kick it off and just allow you to we want to answer any questions you might have, okay? Please don't be shy.
Yes, Ms. Dickens. Quick question for you. With the change in the aviation structure through the ARI, how do you see that will impact your requirements for sustainment, and how will that impact the industry?
So with the changes under the aviation restructure, we're already taking those resources that we've been using, of course, to support the Kiowa, and we're retraining our logistic assistance reps. We're looking at how we can regionally align the sustainment support, the maintenance support. As you know, we do the pass-back maintenance for the units out in the field, and we right now have 4 RASMs and a TASM. Is that right, Sammy? And so we're looking at how will we realign the footprint as reset draws down, and we make sure that we have a regionally aligned contractor workforce to support the units, and utilizing the savings that we see from ARI in order to make sure that we can we can better support the soldiers on the modernized equipment. So, Sammy, anything else on the regional alignment for maintenance? Okay. Okay. Yeah. You going to throw me a softball question, Jeff? Thank you.
Yes, Ms. Dickens, just wondering, you're talking about increasing FMS opportunities on the sustainment side. We'd like to hear a little bit more about how you see that developing, and what is it that we in industry can do to help increase the workflow that may be going through the depots.
Okay.
That was for Colonel Pogue, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll let Colonel Pogue talk about that. I will say that we are looking at our foreign military sales and all of the opportunities and leveraging across the board with our FMS partners. And we've actually had some summits with some of our major OEMs looking at their direct commercial sales as well as our FMS sales, and how we can come together and really leverage that. Now I'm going to let Colonel Pogue talk about particularly the depot footprint and how we're looking at that to leverage. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Well, as you know, Corpus Christi Army Depot is the Army's aviation depot, the only one. And we are a center of industrial and technical excellence for rotary wing maintenance, repair, and overhaul. And we are open for business. We have, like many places across the organic industrial base, we have capacity in the plant. We have value streams that span across aircraft, structural repairs, secondary items, and we have a lot of great capacity, a lot of great machining capacity that's out there. And we are open and seeking opportunities with our corporate partners and prime integrators and others for foreign military sales or any other type of business that would be that would nest well and be a great opportunity for both parties. Sir?
Thank you. Okay, any other questions?
One more question, Ms. Dickens. With the signing of the MOU with, for the Army to use the OASIS contract vehicle, how do you envision AMCOM potentially using that vehicle?
Okay, as you know, the primary contract that we've used for contract advisory and assistance services has been the AMCOM Express vehicle. But with OASIS, which is a GSA vehicle, and the Army signing an MOA with OASIS, with GSA to use OASIS, we do plan to look at our requirements and look across both AMCOM Express and OASIS and other advisory and assistance service contracts and make sure that we maximize the use of those. OASIS has some ability to procure materials at a higher level than AMCOM Express. So we do plan to maximize that and utilize it where appropriate.
And at the plant at Corpus Christi Army Depot, we are utilizing both OASIS and the AMCOM Express, especially for very specific and acute engineering needs. So in areas that are outside of our area of expertise, or if we're trying to surge to get through something, we're automating the shop floor as an example. We're on our CAMS journey. The next version of automating the shop floor under LMP, we are using both of those contract vehicles for services, specialized services to help us along in that journey and then for other engineering requirements at the plant.
Ma'am, I have the question for the crusher up there. First of all, sir, congratulations. Great repair job on the MH-47G, just completed down at the depot. All reports you guys just did an over and above job on that one. My question is, right now, problems with the UH-60 mic, MH-60 mic, main rotor blade repair, only minor repairs are now authorized at the PIF. The other problem with lack of repair procedures is on the composite stabilator wings, currently only being done at the PIF. When do you see the depot transitioning those jobs out of the PIF for composite repair, both of main rotor blades, which are a major problem for Black Hawk community, as well as transitioning out of the PIF to the depot for composite stabilator wings? May also be just a general question of, how much capability are you going to stand up for composite repair in addition to those two unique items?
Thanks for the question, sir. So thank you also for recognizing a great team. And the team that completed MH-47 in record time was a core group of engineers and CCAD artisans, but also in partnership with Boeing, with Special Operations Aviation Regiment, sending expertise down to help us along with that. So that was a team effort, and that didn't happen. It didn't happen just because of CCAD, but thank you for saying that. So with regard to Mike model work, or let's just say next version aircraft work, whether it's Apache Mike model or any other advanced capability, we have a robust composite shop. So we're not in a situation at the plant where we have to stand up significant composite capability or capacity. We are, through our CIP programs and requirements development, we are expanding our composite capability to include, we're building a brand new facility right now. So composites and working with composites is nothing new to the plant. Different types of composites and new technologies and new composite materials, that's something that we'll keep up with. We got great support from Amerdeck, Army Engineering, and also from our TELS partners, from our corporate partners, with engineering support for that as well. I think we're on the cusp of some good news on Mike model blades. and also other Mike model components. But specifically with blades, as recently as this week and last week, we've kind of achieved a milestone with Sikorsky and also with Army Engineering to get ahead on a pilot program at Corpus Christi Army Depot for really what are Cat 2 repairs, with a plan and looking forward to developing work instructions for even Category 3 repairs, which is taking them all the way down, new heat stripping and new sheaths, those kinds of things. So the tech data requirements for that and other stumbling blocks that were in the way, I think we are getting past that. And we are really within weeks, potentially, of starting a pilot program on Mike model blades at the plant. And that's in partnership with Army Engineering and also with Sikorsky.
I'll ask one more question for you, if I may. With funding being so tight and people being as creative as they can with funding, can you talk a little bit about when it is appropriate to use sustainment funding for product modifications and upgrades as opposed to pure sustainment activities?
Yes, well, we are utilizing right now a lot of OCO to supplement the sustainment funding that we have. We have shortfalls in sustainment engineering funding. We have shortfalls in our sustainment funding for many of our initiatives, such as the corrosion prevention and those types of things that we consider to be vital to continue to drive down the cost of sustainment. So what we've been able to do is leverage OCO. The concern that we have is there are limitations, as you know, on the use of OCO, and as we move to the base, many of those sustainment requirements for depot maintenance, for production, sustainment engineering, for all of those things are still enduring requirements. So we're trying to make sure that we identify those and that we, as we look to the future and OCO continues to come down, that we will have the funding that we need. Now, this morning, if you heard General Marion speak for PEO Aviation, he talked about how we're leveraging our sustainment funding with the modernization funding that he has available, and we're doing things like the Victor model for Black Hawk. So we're utilizing both sustainment PEG dollars and equipping PEG dollars very smartly. So we continue to do that type of thing, and we continue to look at how we can drive costs down of our Class 9 parts and drive reliability up, so that we're taking the burden off of soldiers, we're increasing time on wing. Right now, today, we have the ability to use 2.5% of our Army working capital funds, which for aviation sales are somewhere around 2.6 billion a year. And so we're able to use about 2.5% of that to try to drive reliability improvements, very specifically. And that really has paid huge dividends for us over the past few years in resolving obsolescence and in improving time on wing. We'll continue to look for those opportunities and partnering with industry to try to find ways to drive reliability improvements in that will reduce the cost of spares. So looking forward, those are the types of things that we're doing, and again, just trying to make sure that we tell the Army story of saving money today through things like condition-based maintenance, corrosion prevention, and those things that really are paying huge dividends, but it does require that we continue to invest. Does that answer your question? Okay, thank you.